Hello, Rama Rama Puppodu. Hope all are in good health, having a peaceful life, living peacefully, feeling very relaxed and happy always. Now let's continue with chapter 34, Panchavati and Tapovan. Panchavati was reached, came in sight of the beautiful river Godavari, on the banks of which there are a number of kshetras for feeding sadhus, Brahmins, and poor pilgrims. To one of these Ramdas directed his steps. On the veranda of a kshetra, he found a number of bairagis, mendicant mothers, and children. Here, Ramdas, as prompted by Ram, opened the parcel of fruits, etc., given to him by brother Ramakrishna Rao, and emptied the cloth in which they were tied by distributing them all to the small children in their place. This act relieved Ramdas of a pretty heavy burden he was carrying. Ram's order is always not to worry about food and clothing. Then Ramdas, going up to the holy river, washed his clothes and after bath sat down on the bank in the meditation of Ram. Time passed on. It was past midday when he rose up and proceeded towards the Dharmashala, and found on entering a number of sadhus and others coming out of the front door to wash their hands after dinner. Ramdas quietly sat outside all the time, busy with the repetition of Ram's name. Now, a rough-looking man approached him and sitting beside him asked Ramdas if he had his meal, to which Ramdas, of course, replied in the negative. "Well, come on," he said, "I shall take you to a place where you can get a meal." And then, taking Ramdas by the hand, he conducted Ramdas a short distance away on the same road and entered a high building where he made enquiries if it was possible to give food to a sadhu. The friend who was asked this question on the veranda of the house went in to ascertain the matter. Meanwhile, the guide who took Ramdas over there said, "Look here, Maharaj, you need have no anxiety about food. I shall see that you get a meal without fail, even if it is not available here." When Ram Bhajan is on the lips of Ramdas, he is always far from such anxieties, replied Ramdas. Later, meals were offered at this kshetra. Ram takes care at every step. His concern for his devotees is 1,000 times more keen and lively than that of a mother for her newborn baby. Ram now handed Ramdas into the hands of a retired merchant staying in the Dharmashala, who became very much attached to Ramdas. At midnight, without the knowledge of Ramdas, this kind friend would cover Ramdas with a blanket, since Ramdas would not accept a kambal when offered. The cold on the banks of the Godavari at this time was severe. At the pressure of this merchant friend, Ramdas remained with him for 2 days. During the second night, the friend questioned Ramdas if he had cultivated the powers of inducing dreams. Ramdas replied that he was quite ignorant of that sadhana and that he knew only to utter the name of Ram. "You can do it if you only wish, Guruji," said the friend. "Just for instance, desire intensely to know from Ram the winning numbers of the next derby sweep, and the numbers will be made known to you in a dream." "Ramdas requires none and nothing else but Ram," replied Ramdas. "You see, the amount desired for that might be one is not for selfish purposes, but for feeding sadhus," suggested the friend. "Ram sees to the feeding of the sadhus," returned Ramdas. The friend then became silent. This was again a test of Ram to find out if Ramdas could be tempted to wish for wealth. Another incident was this. In the Dharmashala, there was a sick girl ailing from fever from about 4 months. Ramdas was asked by the mother of the girl to pray with Ram for her welfare. Accordingly, going up to her bed and finding her in high fever, appealed to Ram to bless her with health. Ram's ways are always inscrutable. The girl mother seemed to have improved for about 2 days, but again fell ill. Ram alone knows the how and the wherefore. Next day at noon, Ramdas walked for about 3 miles and reached her place called Tapovan. This is said to have been the spot where Lakshman, brother of Sri Ramachandra, cut the nose of the she-monster Shurpanakhi. Tapovan is a charming place. Here the clear water of the Godavari is flowing at the foot of low hills. To sit on one of these hills is to view a most attractive scene all around. Here, on a large rock, are cut out a number of rectangular caves side by side, about 10 feet above the bottom of the rock at which the water of the river is rushing along. Ramdas fixed upon one of these caves for a night's bhajan, and accordingly, after bath in the river, climbed up and occupied it. The night was intensely cold, so Ramdas had not a wink of sleep. He sat up the whole night repeating the sacred name of Ram. In Tapovan, Ramdas had occasion to meet several sadhus. Next morning, he returned again to Panchavati and remained here for a day. That's all, folks. Let's see in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Pupodu.